Welcome. It's Thursday night. It's I think our 5th podcast.
Yes.
We got some special guests tonight. We got Kelly Tellef and Kyle Haller happened to be helping us downstairs get ready for The Last Dance, which is a tribute and a benefit that we're doing for the Fort Wayne Dance Collective, and we're auctioning off Chili Adams' musical gear and personal belongings for the charity. So welcome to the Loft. Here we go, fresh licks. We got more stuff coming up after this.
Pull into a black hole, kinda like a rodeo, last dance. Can I have just one more?
The mic.
So we got Mandy coming up next. Welcome back. Troy has to remind me every once in a while that we have microphones for these things.
Yes.
You know, it's a pleasure to have Kyle here. You know, and
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be
and to
here.
have Kelly here. Kelly plays with the Humanity, so we're gonna kick this off with a Humanity video, and then we're gonna go into today's tips.
Yes, both
So we'll
featuring Humanity players.
Yes, that's right. Humanity players all over the place. So, see you in 2.
Have a sweet spring bloom within, rays of circles in my head, flooded to bed away from you, radiance, wealth of schemes, tonight to sit and move over a dime, still believe me sweet. Just might reconcile someone I knew before. Rain was never mine, this rain was yours, and I still want it right on me. Fallen angel, torn from this course. Poison rushing, headless curse. Didn't think I'd come this far. But was this, would it matter? Both of us. Finally clears the air, finally we're all there. Back away, I'll prove it. Rain was never mine, this rain was yours. I still want it, rain on me. Trying to stop the lie, trying to take it from her. We are damaged in here, and I'm holding on and on. Moment that's not terror, as a little puppy in you pierce the cell. Gonna get beyond my reach, of my bloodshot eyes. Rain was never mine, this rain was yours. I still want it, right on me, right on me.
This is how to do a drum solo. And that's how to do a drum solo.
Great.
Good old Jamie, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a lot of tips. And,
No,
lot of these
there
tips.
was no incorrect information there.
Yeah, that's true. It didn't lead anyone astray. I think you could play it back and kind of break it down if you watched it enough times and extract what he was teaching you there without really teaching you anything.
Yeah, I'd have to slow it down to walking distance.
Yes, but that's
Yeah.
what great teachers do is
You know, Jamie's so great. I don't feel like he ever overplays anything. He drives it. He's my favorite drummer to play with. And whenever the rare occasion when he gets a solo, it's generally spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and what do you think? How you played with him a lot? over the
Oh,
years?
he's an artist. I mean, he's built his craft and he's mastered it, and now he creates art from behind the kit. A lot of times you don't even need any instruments, and you can tell what song Jamie's playing just by listening to the drums.
I agree. I agree. Hey, Kyle Heller just stopped by. He was out over there. He was going to run home and kiss the baby, and then the next thing you know, so you might as well come on and say hi for a second. Kyle, say hi to all lovely people out here.
Hello, all lovely people.
Kyle, have a seat.
You know, we were just talking about Jamie Simon and playing with Jamie Simon.
Oh, that's a riot.
Yeah. He's such a professional. I think he's a professional. He's like one of the, and you're like that, Kelly, too. You know, it's like he's a professional whatever he does. If he grabs something, and he'll just focus on that, like bowling. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's a great bowler.
he's a professional bowler. And you did the same thing with woodworking, which we'll get into in a second with our interview and dive a little bit deeper into the.
Yeah, we'll actually go a little
Can't be
bit
there.
into the process beyond what Jamie didn't.
And we'll get to
teach us
see
detail.
some of the stuff that he made. And also, just a quick plug, he's at Gallery K, right down the road on the 26th, which is next to Fillmore on Broadway. So if you guys are out and about, make sure you stop over there. We got an interview coming up with Kelly, so I'm pretty excited about that. But I think we'll take 1 second and talk about Sunday.
Yes.
You know,
let's talk about Sunday.
Let's talk about Sunday. So, Chili Adams is a dear friend of ours, and I think of the cities. I mean, we, you know,
that's
yeah.
amazing.
You know.
Yeah, he would have had a key to the city if that was a thing. Chili would have.
If
had
any
a key
of
to
us
the
were
city.
mayor, it'd be a done deal.
Yes, that's
You know, we have a mayor or an ex-mayor. I think once a mayor, always a mayor.
Yeah.
So
And I think there's been both
the
you
mayor
and Kyle were
of Broke
both
is here.
mayor of Brook. Yes.
I think what Troy is saying is true. Troy's bringing up the fact that you have also more recently than I've been the mayor. So you should be giving keys out.
That is true. Yeah.
There's a lot of power floating around in this room. We all put our heads together, man. Just see what we can do.
But, so Sunday we're having a auction, and there's a lot of great stuff. If you go to fwphoenix.com and go to The Last Dance, click on that, you'll get to see all the stuff, or at least most of the stuff that's getting
Chili's
auctioned.
Last Dance.
It's Chili's Last Dance on fwphoenix.com. And there'll be a silent auction there, lots of cool stuff. It's going for a great cause. The family requested that we take all the money from it and donate it to a charity. So we're doing Fort Wayne Dance Collective. Chili's mother, Carol, who passed recently, was highly involved with them and one of her favorite things. So we'll do that.
And that's definitely carrying on Chili's spirit. Like, Chili did a lot of open mic events, and he fostered a lot of Fort Wayne talent. And to just do something that's carrying on his legacy of
They're gonna
just helping.
They're going to
the
take the
community.
money that from Sunday, and they're going to start a Chili Adams Scholarship Fund for the collective. So
Oh, that's great.
Which the collective, they're all about helping people that wouldn't be able to pay for that kind of stuff. That's their whole goal. So so there'll be some kid who a little girl or boy who's never even heard of Chili Adams that'll get
Right.
but his folks might know who Chili was.
Yeah.
And they'll get part of the, Chili Adams Scholarship, and that'll help that little kid, get to go dance. And I love it.
Oh yeah, that's the most worthy. Yeah, that's great.
Awesome. Chili's grinning right now down.
Oh yeah,
On us.
100%.
And that's one of the best things about doing something like this is getting to share all that stuff that we have with our friends that aren't with us anymore. And next week we're going to be doing a little bit more highlighting of Chili and some of the songs and a little bit more focus on that too. So
it's gonna be a great time. We hope you guys to see you guys out there, and it's for a great cause. We're gonna get into the interview with Kelly. He's one of my favorite bass players in town, and an amazing arts and craftsman. And he's delved into the realm of making basses. And I truly believe they're going to be some of the best basses on the planet one of these days. They're straight and true. And he plays them now with us, and they sound as good as anything you can.
yeah, I was playing one tonight,
I was
right?
just playing it a minute ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here, tune in, stay with us, and check out this interview.
Got a special guest with us tonight for the interview. We got Mr. Kelly Tellef.
Hey.
He's a veteran of the music scene around here, and he's also becoming quite an amazing woodworker. He has been making bass guitars for a while, along with all kinds of wood. I think I want to start at the beginning, because there's things that I don't know about you. Like, when did you start playing bass, and where did you go to school, and were you around here, or did you come from?
I grew up in Huntington.
Huntington? Okay.
Yeah, which is not far. Went to local schools in Huntington. I got in school band in 6th grade at Horseman Elementary School, and I was a drummer all through school. I stayed in band through my junior year. My senior year, I only went half days because of that work program they do. And I was part of that, so I wasn't part of band that year. Wow. I sang in rock and roll bands in high school. You know, we would do like school parties. We actually played a Sunshine Society convention when I was 14, and I was a singer in that band. It's my first paying gig.
What's that? What's a Sunshine?
Sunshine Society is like a parallel Girl Scout organization, as near as we could figure. The place was full of teenage girls, and they were all wearing uniforms, and we were 14 and 15-year-old kids thinking that we were rock and rollers. It was nice.
That is cool.
And we got paid.
That is cool.
And we didn't do that good a job.
Yeah, I bet in the eyes of all the other 14 and 15-year-olds, you were rock and rollers.
Well, just for that moment.
That harkens back to a different day. It kind of reminds me of the community centers they used to have around. But you know, there seems to be a lot of social gatherings. You know, now it's virtual. But, you know.
Yeah, for us in our day, it was like Sunset.
Yeah.
Down on the south side of
Sunset
town.
was awesome.
Yeah.
I go by there. I think there's something going on there right now.
Yes, but I don't know what.
Yeah,
but they are.
I drove by there. There was cars there. I thought it had to do with music. I'm not sure.
I don't know what
We'll
they're
have to
doing
dig
there
into
for
that.
sure either.
You play at Sunset before, right, Matt?
I have never played at Sunset. I got to go there though, so that was pretty amazing.
I played a show there New Year's night, 2003. That's the only time I ever played there.
Yeah.
I played there several times in a few different bands.
Yeah. But anyways, I kind of derailed you.
I played drums in band, and I sang in bands. I thought I was pretty good. It turns out I was just okay. The bass player who was in a band with me when I was about 20 years old, a friend of mine from Huntington, Jeff Cox, great guy, he wanted to sing a song. He wanted to sing Turning Japanese by the Vapors. But he couldn't sing and play the bass at the same time. So I said, hey, no problem, teach me the bass line, and I'll play the bass and you can sing. And he did. And a month later, I had my own bass, and I was taking lessons at Music Spectrum.
Oh, wow.
To learn how to play the thing for real, because I just enjoyed it that much.
Yeah, just like that.
It was a way for me to take, it felt like drums, but it was a guitar.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't drums, but I could approach it. And so I always have, in my own estimation, approached my bass playing from the rhythmical side as a drummer would, because those were the skills that I brought with me. And it's served me well. I run across frequent circumstance where I wish my theory knowledge was more comprehensive than it is, but I've been able to enjoy myself playing the bass for almost 35 years now.
Let's name a couple of the bands you've been in.
Um,
You know, Rushville.
Rushville Wig, Mojo Dub, The Humanity, Pleasure Dome. I always think of 3 or 4 more.
Yeah.
2 hours after somebody asked me this question.
Rob, didn't you do one with Rob Van Ryan? Was that?
Oh, I was in Bonafide for a
Bonafide,
while.
yeah.
Yeah, I played with them for a couple
and
of
Chili?
years.
Wasn't
And
Chili playing? Oh no, you took
Chili
over for-
came in and played bass with Bonafide after
Okay, he took over for
I
you.
had,
Yep,
yes.
Yep. All right, I think-
Yeah, he came after me. But Chili and I played together many times, under many different names. And I've sat in with an awful lot of bands.
Awful lot of bands.
For a while when I
played
was
with
playing a
BFL.
lot and I had my chops up, I was a guy you could call and say, hey, something happened, we've got a gig tonight, will you come and sub? And I don't really know but a handful of the songs you do, and I'm silly enough to say, yeah, sure.
What's the difference when you're playing with people that you've had 10 years of playing with as opposed to those fill-in spots?
The difference between getting in your nice car and going for a fun drive and getting into an unknown vehicle, and I'm going to describe it as a high performance vehicle, not because of the band, but because of the extra tension that gets created in that situation. As silly as it sounds, that can turn into something you like.
I was just saying,
And something that you kind
you know,
of
I like to
crave.
rent cars, high performance cars, and go beat the shit out of them. So
Right,
you know.
but there's an added
Yeah.
uncertainty and
Acceleration,
unfamiliarity
yeah.
that creates a different type of tension.
Yeah, I've never thought of it that way, but that is a very good way of putting it.
I kind of like
It's exciting.
that.
It is. There's an.
It's
I
exciting.
like
that.
being put in that situation when I feel like I can hang. You know, you wouldn't want to get into a car that's going to kill you.
Yep,
But you want to
I've
get
stepped
into
in some of those
you
cars.
want to get into a car that's
Matt
going to
might want
stretch
to.
your abilities as a driver. You know, to continue the analogy.
Right.
So musically, that's what led me, I think, to keep saying yes.
Oh yeah.
Is because it would be very tense, and it's not just for me. It's tense for the rest of the band that doesn't know you as a playing member. But boy, when you pull it off, they think you're all right, you know, because you came through.
Yeah.
And there's
And
a
the
lot.
times you don't talk about. But you know,
There's a lot of bands
Yeah.
in town that think you're all right. You're, I think, one of the go-to and favorite bass players. Hey, Kelly, take us through from being a bass player to creating your own bass. I remember when you were first starting to get into the woodworking, you'd be like, Matt, I got this Hungarian zebra wood oak from Madagascar that showed up this week.
It's got a unicorn horn in it, man.
But,
well, exotic precious woods have always been attractive to me. I've always enjoyed nice exotic woods. Welcome to the shop. This is one of my favorite types of wood as far as the appearance of the burl, because manzanita grows in the desert, and it's those little gnarled bush-looking trees, and these burls are what grow at the base at ground level. It basically anchors that tree, and because of its small size and its slow growth and its desert environment, it turns out wood that looks like this. Oh yeah, this one here is really nice. You don't see many like that.
What kind of wood is that?
That is a redwood burl. Now by contrast, there's redwood and then there's sequoia, and here's what the old growth sequoia burl looks more like usually. It's a little more of a bird's eye and the redwood has larger eyes. Pieces like this one, where it sat underground for decades or centuries. Now this is probably the oldest piece of wood I own, and this is between 3,000 and 4,000 years old, this chunk of wood right here. I've got myrtle, I've got cedar, various types, olive wood, Italian olive, which is the good stuff, buckeye burl, a lot of it really dark here, and then a bunch of Bastogne walnut. All of it comes from California. My process is thought experiments before I actually do anything with the wood, to try to guess out all of the bad choices and the wrong paths. As a bass player for many years, who also loves to cook, I just reached a point where I said, I think I was 48 years old, and I said, the art that I create is fleeting. It's fleeting art. When you're done creating it, I mean, when you're done playing the song is, where did the song go? When you cook your best steak, you eat it. So I consider myself a legitimate art, but the art forms that I create aren't lasting. And am I okay with that? And I thought, well, I don't know, but that seems like a good question. How do you answer a question like that? What occurred to me was to start investigating other art mediums and other art forms. So I farted around with like clay and pottery and welding, and they didn't really capture my interest, but wood did. Because it didn't take long to go from holding a piece of wood in your hand to thinking, wow, I can make a bass one day. And that would be cool. So that idea was there from the beginning, but it takes a long time to build the skills to build an instrument when you're starting basically from zero. So I just figured it out. I just started fooling around with pieces of wood, and I bought some tools, and boom, here we are. There's a lot of projects that I did, and as it turns out, because of the process I've developed, I go very slow and very methodically, and I think things through thoroughly before I ever actually make a cut or take that next step. So it's allowed me to learn how to do things while making the things I'm learning how to make and have them turn out reasonably well. So I've saved them as this has gone along. Now I have just a crap ton of stuff laying everywhere because I haven't done anything with it. So that brings us to the gallery show that's coming up this month. It turns out if you make enough stuff and enough people get a look at it and they like it, sooner or later someone's going to ask you to do something with it.
Well, not only is it beautiful, and the woodwork you're doing is absolutely stunning, but the bass guitars sound great.
I'm shocked.
I mean,
I'm
they
shocked that
sound
that's the
great.
case too.
Yeah.
I'm totally happy with that. I can only say I approach this woodwork thing and making the basses and all the stuff I do the same way I approach cooking. And the reason I like to cook well is because I love good food.
And he makes good food.
I love to eat good food.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that inspires me to learn how to cook the kind of good food that I want to eat. And the same mindset, the same kind of creative origin point in my brain gets delivered onto the woodwork that I do, because I feel the same way. I love beautiful wood.
Yeah.
I love a piece of wood that's finely crafted, that looks nice, and so I feel quite naturally yearn and strive to create those kinds of wood pieces that are what I would enjoy.
Man, you can
so that's what I
you
do.
can make that wood look so soft in places, and the staining in the coding process. I mean, yours is flawless. I mean, I
Well,
saw
and-
some of
and-
your original pieces,
Yeah.
and I remembered when you were learning through that, but you definitely learned how to do that.
And I've worked hard on specifically that, intending to be able to produce a perfect surface. There is no such thing, but I want to see how close I can get.
They look pretty perfect to me. Kelly's got a event. He's showing off, I think, 60 pieces,
Around there,
around 60 pieces
or more.
at Gallery K, which is just down the road from the Phoenix. It's next door to the Fillmore, and that show starts March 26th. So not this Saturday, next Saturday. And how long is that going to be up for?
That's going to be up, I think, for 3 weeks.
And are your pieces for sale?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So if you guys are out and about, you need to get over there.
Yeah, and this will be the first time. I mean, I've been making all of this stuff for the last several years, and I haven't sold any of it.
This is your first show. This
It's
is
all there.
This is welcome to my.
Yeah, this is
art.
me putting it out there, saying, "Hey, I do wood stuff."
Yeah. So this is his first show. So make sure you come out to see it.
I'd like to see you there.
One last question for me, and similarities between music and art. Has one contributed to the other for you, or do you?
Inextricably. Yeah, definitely.
Can you elaborate on that at all?
No. No, I'm just,
Fair enough.
Not at all.
I will not.
no, I don't have anything to back that up with, but I like the way that it sounded when you said it.
Yeah, cool.
Felt right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it did.
Well, Kelly, it was a pleasure having you on here. Make sure you guys get out to Gallery K and check out his artwork. And Kelly also plays with a band called The Humanity, who is going to be playing this Sunday for a benefit show for the Fort Wayne Dance
the
Collective.
20th.
Yeah, on the 20th for the Fort Wayne Dance Collective. And it's called The Last Dance, and it's in honor of a local musician, Chili Adams.
A legend.
Yeah, a
Local legend.
Local legend in this town. So come out
hero.
Sunday to the Phoenix, check out Kelly with The Humanity, and then on the 26th, make sure you get out to Gallery K. Man, how nice is it to have Kelly Tellef? Let's focus. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta focus.
Sometimes you can use the Jedi.
Yes.
There's a Sith dad around town. I think I saw.
Yeah,
And,
a license plate.
I think he blurred our video there for a
He
second.
works in absolutes.
Yeah.
There's only cis working. I didn't know. I don't know if you knew that, Kelly. Or not.
I did not.
Okay.
But how good is it to have Kelly Tellef with us? I think, what was it, Angel of Dopamine? We started this off with.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
Humanity. That was at From the Living Room show, which look for some more of those. I think we should do a couple more of those this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Into the interview. What great artwork! I'm gonna plug Gallery K again because
Yes.
you got to get out there. I can't wait to get there.
You can check out in person a little bit of what we saw. Right.
Yeah, I think as of now, there's like 40 or 50 either local or regional artists represented in all the stuff that's there.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of art. It's worth going and checking
So
out.
go now.
Yes.
Right this minute.
Yes. Yeah. Head down there. Get in line.
Drop your food.
It's nice out. I don't know if it will be tomorrow, but
Yeah, it's great to have you, Kelly.
Thank you, thank
It
you.
was a pleasure, and I think we'll do it again too.
yeah,
And
certainly.
we're looking forward to having a lot of guests on here.
Mhm.
I'm just so happy we got to know you and got to see some of the stuff because you know, like you said earlier, it's fleeting. Art it's you're making art that's fleeting. You know, it's good for the soul. I never thought about it too much like that. I mean, that's why we record a lot, and you know, it's fun to record music, but
Right.
just some of the best artwork is here and gone.
Right. Yeah,
in
it
a
happens,
flash.
and
Yeah.
and you have to be there with it to experience it.
Yeah.
But man, what a reward when you are. I mean,
Yeah.
even if you never made a recording, being in a band and playing good music with your friends would still be completely worthwhile.
Yeah, and I always enjoy looking into the thought process, and Kelly really, he goes a lot more in depth. We've got a lot more of Kelly explaining what he does, talking about the wood that he uses. Some of the wood that he uses, 4,000 years old. Is that right, Kelly?
Some of those pieces, yeah.
4,000 years old. I had no idea.
Wow.
And that in of itself is just incredibly interesting. And knowing the scarcity of the wood, Kelly goes in depth a little bit about how this, like I said, the scarcity limits what you can do. Like when you don't have a big stock of stuff, you can't have a bunch of tests, and so you have to be. The process itself becomes kind of an art form where you're figuring stuff out because out of necessity, out of the the limited stock, that makes Kelly kind of figure some things out, and that whole thing is very interesting. So
Yeah.
we'll have the whole interview that you can check out in depth, and Kelly explains it a lot better. Like I get tripped up trying to even go into
It's
depth.
going to be
on
great
how
to
he
see the
talks
whole
about it.
interview, and we're going to have them all available on our website. Yeah, man, cutting into a 4,000 old piece of wood.
Yeah.
You got to be pretty into.
You better
gotta
you better be sure about what you're going to do with it and,
Yeah.
and how it's going to turn out.
Yeah, the stakes are a little higher. This shirt, by the way, Jesse Walker made this shirt. He is a fellow fan of Kid Cudi and met him online or whatnot. He sent it to me, and we're going to be giving this shirt away, actually, to whoever can identify who is depicted on the back of it. And we'll see if we can.
See if we can see that.
Yeah. So the tips are, it says El Diablo, and we have a Pittsburgh P here. So anyone who knows hip hop should be able to decipher that. Send us an answer in the chat, and
Very
we will
cool. And
send this along. to
added
you.
bonus, you can get the one right off of.
Yeah,
Troy's
it'll
back
smell
if
just
you-
like
if,
me.
if you want to request that.
Yeah, and
you know.
I smell like baby lotion. If anyone wants to know, I really do.
It was a great episode, man. It was a great pleasure, Kelly.
Indeed, it was a
getting
privilege. Yeah,
in
thank you.
depth a
Yeah,
little bit.
Kelly is also featured in our outro video,
Yes.
along with a lot of other good friends of ours.
So we're gonna sign off with this. Don't forget about Sunday, The Last Dance, and watch this video. So this is Kelly's in it, and a lot of people in town, and it's playing what we're doing Sunday. So.
One, two, three. Late one night, I made a wish on a star. I know you're out there, won't you please just let me know where you are. But you were not there and I felt so afraid, a little lonely and somewhat betrayed. I waited in hell a whole month and a day for you. For you.